What if quitting chess was the best move you could ever make? As crazy as this sounds, sometimes the best way you can improve at chess is to actually just stop playing. I learned this firsthand when I took a break a couple months ago, and when I came back, I was stronger than ever. If you've had anything short of a perfect relationship with the game of chess, this might be the perfect video for you to save your love for the game. Now, I know I'm saying some crazy things, but just hear me out. Here's a few signs that you might need to take a break from the game. The first sign that you might need to stop playing chess would be if you're stressed. The games you love can sometimes be the things that stress you out the most. I know this firsthand. Being a guy who played sports, did chess, been in relationships, always, the things you love the most can stress you out the most. Whenever chess is a source of your stress, you're going to end up playing games where you're not playing at your best performance. Oftentimes, this can snowball into you being even more stressed, causes you to play even worse games, you're going to tank a bunch of elo, and you're going to end up hating the game, to be completely honest. Even when you do win, it's going to take the joy out of it because you feel like you have to claw back from all the losses that you've been having. For example, when I started my Road to 2000 elo journey, I lost a couple hundred points, like genuinely, but I was still playing every day. I was playing multiple games a day, even when I knew I was tilted. As a result, lost a lot of rating. I lost my love for the game for a moment. I didn't want to play at all. It actually took me limiting myself to playing one game a day, and at one point, not even playing at all, before I started realizing that maybe I do enjoy the sport, but I just kind of needed a cool off period. Being tilted and then being hit with loss after loss after loss just kept on compounding, and it felt like a rut that I really couldn't get out of. If I hadn't taken a break, I might not even be here today where I still play the game. Kind of piggybacking off the first point, if playing chess makes you angry, you probably need to stop. I've seen videos, I've seen firsthand, and I've heard from friends their experiences whenever they're playing a game and they get angry, and honestly, it's just never a good sight. Playing a chess game should never result in you wanting to become violent, want to throw pieces, want to throw stuff, smash a keyboard, and I get everybody can have an outburst, it's okay, but if this is a consistent thing for you, you probably need to stop playing. Even if you don't become a violent person whenever you're in losing situations, if the thought of losing or being in a losing situation causes you to not be able to control your emotions or makes you think really negative about yourself, maybe you call yourself stupid, you think you have nothing else going on in your life, just anything like that, you probably should stop. At the end of the day, it's just a board game. It's really not that deep. And I know that's really controversial because, once again, I'm somebody who has chess. I absolutely love the game. It's like, I got like soccer and like chess is like right here, but they're pretty close. And I can tell you, at the end of the day, it's just a game. There are bigger things in life than the chess. And if chess is going to ruin your entire day, make you angry, all that, it's probably not worth it. You probably need to take a week, a month off. Just go outside for, go do something else. Realize that, this is not the end of the world. And I promise you, you'll come back even stronger. The third sign that you need to take a break from chess is if you are on it too much. Now, this is something that I personally suffer from even to this day. I will play the game for hours on end. Literally, if you look at my screen time a couple months ago, I think I was playing like 2 or 3 hours a day, which is absolutely insane because I was playing mostly like blitz games. I wasn't even playing meaningful games where I actually took the time to think. It was like blitz and bullet. So I spent way too much time there. That was all I could think about, to be honest, and it was a problem. Even when I wasn't playing chess, I had something on my mind. And it wasn't always like in a negative light. I was maybe just thinking about tactics, how I can improve, thinking about a tournament that's coming up, thinking about opening prep. At the end of the day, chess shouldn't be the only thing that goes through your mind, if that makes sense. Have other interests, have other hobbies, live your life. When you're out with friends, spend time with your friends. When you're with your family, go spend time with your family. I had that issue where even when I was out with friends, out with family, chess would cross my mind. I was even in a club one time and I was playing chess. Crazy. Now, I don't think it was an issue for me there. I'm not a club person, but my point still stands. Like when you're out doing stuff with friends and family, go focus on that. Like the game's not gonna go away. Chess is older than all of us probably combined. Like you will be fine. You'll come back. Something that I did that I didn't even realize, and whenever my girlfriend pointed out, kind of made me realize I had a problem, is the fact that I'll just boot up a game anytime I have a little bit of downtime. If I'm waiting in line at a restaurant, I'll boot up a bullet game. If If I'm talking to somebody and then there's like a quick moment of silence, I would just bring out my phone, boot up a game. If I'm doing homework, I'll boot up a game. And I just wasted hours of my life playing chess. And it's not inherently bad to play chess. It's just be intentional. There's a time and place for these things. It doesn't have to be out everywhere. So even if you don't realize it, just, are you like waiting in line playing a chess game? Are you on the subway? I mean, we don't have subways here in KC, but wherever you are, if you're on the subway, on the bus, whatever, are you just like all the time? You might have an issue. I'm just saying, Last but certainly not least, arguably for me the most important, is if chess is starting to affect your relationships outside of the game. If you've been having this playing in the background or just like not been paying attention, I need you to lock in real quick, because this is probably the most important thing I'm probably ever going to say on this channel. So I'm going to have like a dramatic zoom in 3, 2, 1, boom, we're in. If you are not spending time with your friends, with your family, or anything like that because of chess, you need to stop. Point blank, period. There is no discussion. If chess is the reason you're not going to see family, you need to stop. Now, if you have a strange family, a strange friend, that's different. I'm not asking you to do more, but if you had like a certain amount of time you spent with them and you're doing less because of a stupid game, that's an issue. Once again, love chess, love it. I recognize it's a game though. For myself, wasn't spending as much time with my girlfriend, wasn't spending as much time with my friends. Hell, even my teammates when we traveled for away games, I played in college. I didn't need to be playing chess the whole time. Yeah, it was beneficial for my growth. I should have spent more time in my final years actually having fun with my friends. If you're putting off responsibilities like that just because of a game, you have an issue. Yeah, probably gotta stop. And there is no discussion on that. Even if you are spending time with your friends and family, if the only thing you guys can seem to talk about always reverts back to chess, that's probably an issue. Once again, take a break. Talk about other things. Chill. It's not that deep, you know what I mean? Another variation of this issue could also be in the fact that you can't do other things because you keep thinking about chess. Kind of relating back to one of my earlier points, but if you're doing homework and you keep thinking about chess, probably an issue, you know what I mean? Just in general, it's a good rule of thumb. If your responsibilities are suffering and you're playing a lot of chess, do your responsibilities first. Chess, unless you're making money from it, and if you're making money from chess, you probably are not watching this video. Sorry, there are people literally 1,000 points higher than me who can't make money in chess. It's probably never going to be any of us. So handle your responsibilities first. Chess is a game. Chess is fun. Chess is leisure. Responsibilities first, guys. Keep that in mind. We're all adults or soon to be adults, so we got to act like it. Now that you've heard a little bit more about the signs that you might need to stop chess, here's a quick little self-reflection test that I made. I'm no therapist, but here it is. If any of these might apply, you might need to consider it. Make the best decision with you. Talk with your friends, talk with your family, but here's the test. 1, are you putting off responsibilities to play the game of chess? Is your school performance lacking? Are you sleep deprived? When's the last time you touched grass? I'm serious. When is the last time you went outside? Have you gone on a date with your significant other? Do you feel nervous before a game? Do you only watch improvement content? Only consuming improvement content is an issue. Go have a little bit of fun. You can't watch all the YouTube videos and expect to learn and to get better. Is your identity chess? Is that all that you're known for? If that is, that's probably an issue. And last but certainly not least, is chess even fun for you? Or do you just see it as something you just have to be good at because that is your identity? If you answered yes to any of these questions, it might be something to think about if you need to take a little break or maybe even just reduce time. You don't have to always just go cold turkey. It's what worked for me, but sometimes just reducing your games might be the solution. Sometimes maybe just being a little bit conscious and not changing your actual actions, but just being a little bit more intentional could be a solution. I don't know what could work for you. This might not even apply to you. If you're at this point, thank you for watching. But you know what I mean? You guys got to figure out how this applies to your life. I'm just trying to spread the word, guys, it's a game. There's bigger things in life. Chess is a game. Chess is fun. Mental health is much more important. Focus on that. Make sure your mental health is good. Worry about getting better at chess later. That's all I got to say, though. I hope you guys have a great day. Peace.